Yeah, let's get it started, man. Sometimes that black cat is on you like that. And we happen to be on it like that this weekend because I can't imagine that we're going to talk about much more. But I don't even want to come out cocky. I don't even want to say we did our part. I want to say we did what we were supposed to do. I can put it to you like that. That's what I think. I think we did what we were supposed to do.
Right. So part of what I feel is an iconic one, especially for our generation and in the time of us being alive from 80 on up. You know what I mean? Like from the 80s on up, man, like this is probably one of the most iconic movements I've seen, you know what I'm saying, towards this in that sense, you know what I mean? Like you had the 70s and the 60s that was, was nothing but that because of, you know what I mean, the civil rights movement and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about a peaceful protest. We had went out this weekend and attended a peaceful protest in West Haven, Connecticut, on the green, starting on the green. Some of the interesting things before we get into that first was there were a bunch of firsts for me. It was the first time that I was around, obviously, that many people in so fucking long. There were a couple thousand there, easy. That was the first time that I shook somebody's hand since, you know what I mean? I don't have a direct date, but I'll say since because it was since, you know?
Since when, yeah.
Yeah. First time seeing you since.
Right.
Which is interesting, too, because I was thinking on the way there, not that there would ever be anything different, but it is because you know how many podcasts we've done where we're just like, oh, man, I don't know what to talk about. Start, and then, boom, we get something to talk about. So, like, we have that relationship where there would never be a weirdness. But even in my head when I was walking down, I was like, oh, well, I mean, I see you because I see you on here, but I was like, oh, I haven't seen you in person in a long time. But,
it's been a minute. Let's hit right there. At first, it's funny because when I first saw you, I was like, "This nigga with the walking stick coming, bro." But it was the pole for the camera.
For the camera,
I was like, "Yo, who the dude with the walking stick coming at me like nigga the beeline? He's coming in hot."
I'm telling you that camera holder that got me a lot of. Oh, and here it is right here. I just showed up to the because we went out there and not for any clout footage. But for literally historical, and man, I was happy to be there. So I put the GoPro on the stick, but this is the joint that, shashwoink,
right.
and we can shashwoink again. So, I was out there walking with the joint.
They don't
so
want
I used it as a walking stick on the way down. And when I got there, I definitely got a couple of, because I didn't have the camera on it yet. So I'm just walking with the.
Did you go fully with the bully on the extension? When you had it up in the air?
Yeah, a couple times.
You did get some great shots then.
Yeah.
Because there was kind of, when you're in the crowd, it's hard to see like that, you know what I mean?
But it is.
Depth. Yeah.
Well, I looked at some news as well, and on there, like WTNH and shit, there was, and I noticed it when I was there too, but there was a drone taking pictures. So there's some pretty cool pictures of, I would say, almost the whole crowd out there as well.
Did they have a number? Did they give a number?
No, but I mean, just from being there and then seeing that, it was definitely over 1,000, easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely. And mind you, for those out there, it's like, they ain't shit, but it's a smaller town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of small towns in this state, and you're talking about even towns that are like, let's be, quite honest, is predominantly white. Like you're talking like North Branford. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's, you know what I mean? It's just those kind of neighborhoods, and they're having them there. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. This is a first for this kind of, those people that were buried deep in those upper hills up there in, Greenwich and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they are. That'd be interesting for us. Greenwich?
I don't know. There were a bunch, because we were out there Saturday, June 6th, and there were a bunch other in the state happening. Like, I know we were in West Haven. There was one in New Haven. There was one in either Branford or North Branford.
New Haven was in the thousands.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bigger city, guys. And you know what I mean? And it was like, I definitely gave them the guys, didn't I?
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Listen, guys. I got a haircut.
Get the guys.
I got a face back, by the way. I want to see the Bob. Shout out to Bees. Where was that? See, I get my train
We
wreck.
talk about how New Haven had one as well.
Yeah, New Haven. And then I was like, they got to remember too, is like, because it's a bigger city, so more is happening, especially on the police brutality side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more families with a lot more stories and a lot more, you know what I mean, incidents that's happened to them that they can come out more because it's the inner city, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
they're getting that kind of action is happening deeper there because they're heavy in the streets and they do, you know, for you know, people that you know that you live around that are doing shit, they out there doing stuff, you know, might be running the streets, hustling, doing shit they're not supposed to be doing, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and then you live in the same neighborhoods and now you get caught in the fold. And then you get those same asshole cops that feel a certain kind of way because they're dealing with maybe they dealt with some of that. Now they're feeling like you know what I mean? Or they just come in hot like that anyways. And they're taking it out on the whole neighborhood. And that's why they got to understand where that community detachment is there too, because there are a lot of people that ran into brutality that weren't on that, you know what I mean? Probably an upper end of not doing shit or, you know what I mean? But sometimes they find things, man. It's
find things, plant things.
Right,
but yeah,
right.
New Haven as well, it was on the green, and they also have a ton of walk-by traffic, which is dope. So I'm sure people just didn't know what was happening, saw it, hopped in there. So it was great to see. I know, like I said, New Haven, it was either Brantford or North Brantford had one. Naugatuck had one. I think Bridgeport as well. But it was dope just to be out there, man. It was the thing to fast forward to the end, the entire day was peaceful. So that was dope. You know, like there was no problem. There was no knuckleheads, no nothing like that. And it seems to be something that's happening around the country that I do like. Because remember how we were talking about on previous podcasts about how they don't know the group of people that's out there because there's all different groups of people doing different shit. And what it seems to be now is peaceful protest during the day. Do your peaceful protest, end your peaceful protest, go out at night, that's on them. But for the peaceful protest that you know that you want to be peaceful, don't let people hide under the, you know, cloud of darkness and shit. You just, hey, man, we're doing this during the day. No, we're going to be out here fucking, ours started at 1 p.m., we'll be out here during the day. You know what I mean? If you're brazen enough and you want to get shit popping during the day, I mean, I guess that's on you. But, you know, I like that it seems to be more of a separation of, all right, now we're going to be out here doing the day doing this. And then
it's like the wave of it, you know, like initially, it's that initial, I say that initial week, you know, within that first initial week, that's where the chaos usually happens. That's where the rioting happens. That's where the looting happens. Anger happens, you know what I mean? And then when it's like, when his family, now you got Floyd's family coming forward, like, yo, that's not us. Don't do this in the name of my brother. You know what I mean? He wouldn't want this, you know what I mean? And kind of, you know, people out there trying to ice that and like, yo, all right, man, you got that out your system now. Cut it out. Beef. Right, ice the beef. Kill that and let's get on to this peacefulness and let's get on and stay in their face. But it's what they say, the best thing I heard at the rally was, even though he had a bad idea, he said something good within his bad idea. That's a thing. That's a thing.
It doesn't have to all be good or all be bad. You know what I mean? There's parcels, there's pieces that you could take. There's ingredients and recipes.
Little sazon, little garlic. What he said that was good was like, yo, let's be disruptive, not destructive. You know what I mean? Mm. So I thought that's the whole logic and the idea of it all. You know what I mean? But then the bad idea within that one was like, come on, yo, let's go to the highway.
Yeah.
That, yo, let's be disruptive, not destructive. But the highway, though, you know, they did it in New Haven. They did it, but they chose it very strategically where they did it. They did it like an off-ramp. You know what I mean? It was like an off-ramp to go on to downtown. So it was kind of like cars were already kind of slowing down to get off the off-ramp. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like there was time to be like, oh, shit, there's people here. Let me stop. Because what it was, the first wave, I think they organized it where the first like wave of people came and they came in their cars and they could stop the cars. Now, you know, cars are going to stop. They see cars stop. Everybody's stuck. No choice. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Yeah, they organized it in a way of that. You know what I mean? But it was like they shut it down for a little bit, though. A lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, the highway thing is just, I don't know. Like, I'm going to dislike you if I'm driving in the highway and I have to stop driving because you're in the highway. It doesn't it's not going to make me hate black people forever. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the race has nothing to do with it, but just in general, like
Like,
if I now can't drive on the highway and like, you know, that's people, because for me, I just think about me, it's like, I'm not trying to fuck up people's day, going to work, coming home from work, whatever it is. Like, I just don't feel like that's a great way to get the message across clearly to people that are, you know, listen. And I get that the thing is to shock the system. I get that, but it's just,
right.
I don't know. That one for me.
Well, I mean, shit, we just shut the streets down.
Yeah.
For, you know, a good so many while whoever takes that regular path. But you're in a town, you can go, there's alternate ways. You know what I mean?
Because that's the thing, on the highway, you're trapped. And that shit get hairy real quick.
It's like, yo, listen, especially, you don't know who's got an emergency maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could have some real shit they got to get to that's in there.
I'll tell you, I still can't believe that nobody's been shot by a, like, citizen and just opens up on someone on the highway, because I saw footage of, like I said, there's difference between people that are peacefully protesting and rioters and looters and Antifa and all the other people. But I saw one on the West Coast, they surrounded this, and of course, there's no context. You don't know why anything's happening, but they have this person blocked in on the street and like two people are breaking out all their windows and they're in the car. And I'm like, bro, if you're a gun owner, that's going to be two dead people, you know? So it's also a really risky, like, I don't know. I understand that people want change, and I think there's better ways to go about it, like the peaceful protest, the marching, things like that.
I think about that too. Like, there were, I'm pretty sure there were probably some fire people that were like legally armed and everything too, walking in that crowd. You know what I mean? Like, there's just people that's like, nah, I don't trust shit, man. I'm making sure shit don't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think about it because I am a permitted holder, but I don't own anything right now. But, you know, if I did, it's like, would I have had it on me? Should I have? No, I don't think so. I think, like, if something happens, but then it's like, man, you never want to be that point of, like, knowing that you had something that could have helped you, protect you at some point.
You don't want to do this.
Right.
Oh, it's not, you know?
It's like,
it's where my gun's supposed to be. I lost my side.
Right, I know. It's like, once you marry that bitch, you can't divorce it. You gotta, like, make sure you like, I gotta kind of keep you around because that's why I got you. If I'm gonna keep you personally or more the household, I definitely want something household wise, like, you know what I mean, something more, you know, shotgun, right? Something that I gotta get, you know, the proper box and lockup box and all that, gun box. But I'd be more concerned with that. You know what I mean? Protecting my house front, you know what I mean? When shit, because you know, shit get crazy or whatever, you know. First thing,
in New York, they went to residents in New York. They were fucking up people's residences.
And,
like
the realest shit quoted by, I don't know, a meme or somebody who did something, or it was on, somebody said it somewhere. I don't know. I heard the shit.
Yo, this shit happened. We could just say that. This shit happened.
My ears have heard what my eyes read. It said, maybe the quote was on, but when this shit hits the fan like that, Armageddon status, if you don't own a firearm, you just holding supplies and shit for a motherfucker with them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, because they're going to come house to house, kicking in doors, trying to take what the fuck they want. You know what I mean? And it could be a fucking sibling. You know, you got sick motherfuckers. You got to remember, sick people still are out there. You know what I mean? Crazy rapists. Like, if there's no law and no accountability, those motherfuckers that have been bottling shit, like, I want to do bad things, but I know I get in trouble, so I really don't. There's people out there like that, and it's like, you got nothing? Oh, they coming out the woodwork. Nasty motherfuckers, like, I've been waiting to just fucking kill all these, you know what I mean? Like, you get them racist motherfuckers that got fucking 300 guns because they're allowed to buy as many as they want to in fucking South Carolina. You know what I mean? He's got 300 guns in the shed ready for the goddamn Revolutionary War. You know what I mean? Like, I
think it will all stop really quick, because there was they were talking about that in Florida, where the sheriff, whatever he was, he came out and he's like, listen, don't break into people's houses, because I don't know if you know, but you can come into somebody's house and they will blow you right back out of that house. You know what I mean? Right. This dude, he's doing a news conference saying this, of like, don't do that. Like, you're going to get fucked up, you know? Because that's the thing, too, where I'm saying, like, somebody tries that shit and gets blown off the front porch, like, that's going to go, oh, that can happen? Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to. You know what I mean? That cuts out a lot of people quick.
like say, oh, they doing, yeah, it's happening. You're gonna run into a problem that your ass can't get out of. You know what I'm saying? So
I know, and you can't have too many Home Alone fucking booby traps set up. You know what I'm saying? Is that blicky enough?
Listen, the jacks on the steps is not gonna stop them from putting a slug in your ass. That's all.
Yeah. An empty paint can isn't fucking up nobody.
Right? These fucking shooting paint cans. Like, nah, he might be armed, man. Get yourself something, man. I'm not about having 600 guns. I'm not a big super crazy gun enthusiast. Look, I had my shit for almost fucking, I don't know, 3 years. I think my re-up's coming up soon, and I haven't even fucking never bought one. It's almost like I wanted it as a blanket. I do want to have one, but it's like I'm not in a rush to get out there. I got it. But it's like, when you see certain events and shit happening or crazy shit, COVID had me kind of on the edge a little bit too. I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Like, people are getting unemployed and shit, and unemployment leads to other things. You know what I mean? That's, I think of shit like that. Motherfuckers is hard up for cash. Like, yo, I'm going to have to just rob an essential motherfucker today. That's it. Just rob essentials. Yeah. Rob essentials day. You know what I mean? It's like, that's crazy.
Bro, you see all that footage online of people that, do you see the people that stop mass shootings? Those videos are amazing. And those are the ones that don't get any fucking play at all. But when somebody stands up in a church, pulls out a gun and boom, bro, it's nuts. It's just shit happens. And that's the type of situation that you want. You know what I mean? And obviously you never want it to happen. You never want to be able to pull the trigger, but you want that situation to end like that and not fucking, oh my God, and he's still in there 45 minutes later and he took hostages. Like, no, man, you just want...
And you got to think about where these things happen, man. You're talking about malls or just random places, restaurants and shit,
Yeah.
John Correa, man, active self-protection. He got some videos up there, man, and it's like when you just see these random places and shit happens, it's like it just makes you aware of, like, you hear about crimes, you can read about them. When you visually see these shits, man, it's like, oh no, yeah, it's not just we're not reading now, we're visually getting this locked in.
Yeah. Oh, we here now. We here now.
Right. You are locked in the way people were locked in the more when, this happened with Mr. Floyd and shit, when the lynching and shit, basically what they calling it these days, modern day lynching, what it appeared to me to be anyway. But that visually to somebody is like, what the fuck? So somebody that's like, man, I kind of, I'm not anti the movement. I never really kind of jumped in that, but that should make me like, what the fuck? Damn. Yeah. You got the damn commissioner of the NFL. Shame on him, man. You know what I mean? He fucking, I should have listened. I should have listened to the blacks. There's only fucking 95% of you that run my league, involved all the players, like 80% black, but I should have listened to. What are we talking about, man? You should be fucking sucking Kaepernick's fucking ass from the back, man. Because that's where it's at. The back. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, that man was talking about having peaceful about what shit like that, because this is not the first one. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And he was like, and don't bring that shit here. We don't want that shit here. It's like, what? But I can go and do something for a cause like cancer. It's okay for me to do all that. That's a cause. It's happening, and people are dying from something like that. It's a different. I mean, I'm not saying the comparison's top on, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
you're allowed to do certain things.
Why are we picking and choosing for what's right and what's wrong? You know what I mean? Social.
And you know why? It's because when that was happening, the world was fine. You know what I'm saying? Now when it's happening, the world is not fine. You know what I mean? So everyone's like, there's so much more going on as well that now people finally realize that the shit is real. Like, in my opinion, there's been a global fucking awakening of
right. And you know what?
Everybody had to sit down. Everybody changed.
You know what it is? Like you said, man, COVID, man. Thank you, COVID. I feel like people really got in touch with, like, love, man. Real shit. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was like a different, like, people being stationary, stopped, mobile, boom, shit's closed down, no clubs, no drinking, no partying, none of that shit for 4 months. Especially if a motherfucker was living that life, you know what I'm saying? It's like blowing all that money in clubs every fucking weekend and shit, like that shit stopped for, you know what I mean? And some people just got alert and woke and feeling like, I feel love you, man. Well, keep it up, man. Don't hate a nigga in a year.
Exactly. No,
No,
it was
but
like everybody went through a different like awakening to like what did it take for Roger Goodell is his name, right? To just be like, oh yeah, you guys were being really peaceful. Like you were just kneeling. It was just literally putting a knee to the ground, which isn't
right,
disrespectful in any other place ever. Has
right.
taking a
But
knee never
you know
been.
what though? I'm giving him shit, but then you got to flip the coin and say, okay, he really didn't have to say shit.
Yeah,
But maybe he did, because it's like, yo, this is going on. Do you support your players now? Look at the world and the nation. I felt like it forced them into doing it. So, but people aren't feeling them because it's like, nah, don't do
well,
that.
this is the thing. Now we have to see if there's something behind it. If there's
Right.
actual change. That's what you have to see, because you can talk all day and that's cool. Talking is great, but now you have to see if there's actual change behind it, you know?
I mean, they had the complaints about, hey, listen, man, we got a lot of qualified black coaches ain't getting a shot, man. You got guys that were, on teams and they're reputable and been like head coaches. And there's jobs out there, and the New York Giants pick a head coach that has no experience. He was a fucking special teams coach for the
Yeah.
Patriots. Oh, because he came from the Patriots. That's gonna do well. Yeah, the fucking Detroit Lions got the defensive coordinator from the Patriots some years back, and they still fucking suck. So it don't mean that it's gonna work because you get a Patriot, but it's almost like it almost felt funnier. Like, come on, people ain't get a chance. You got guys that are qualified. It's like I don't like this. My lens is always like I don't like to think like that sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
you got to know that behind closed doors, man, when you got fucking rich motherfuckers that are just happen to be the upper class white guys, man, and they owning shit. It's just how it is, man. It's been
No, I agree.
years of
Like I said,
generations.
man, with this whole fucking everything after George Floyd, like I said, man, I was ignorant to the fact of how prevalent it is. I really just didn't think it was that bad. But to see all the people coming out the woodwork with the all lives matter and fucking just blaming black people for it, like everyone got their shields down. Where I think that's another thing about being home for so long, everybody became just more of themselves. Like there
Right.
hasn't been, think about it, for all this time, all these people haven't had to go to work and become that other person at work, because everyone's a different person at work. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they haven't had to transform into work self for 4 months. So now they're
Right.
being who they really are. And
Yep.
the only way that they go online and let people know who they really are, it's a different thing, man. Like people are
Right. Deep
changing.
thought, doing shit, changing shit around the house, being more, you know what I mean? You might not see your family as often. You're fucking starting to feel a certain way. Maybe you hit a note of like, man, you opened up a part of me, baby, being home with you, or or your kids or some shit like that. I never knew I love you little motherfuckers the way I do. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel that kind of sparked it all. I mean, to the point like motherfuckers, COVID, what's that? We marching by the thousands. It's like now it's like they're saying, well, guys, six states are spiking. 6 states are spiking. It's like, shh, there's other things happening.
Yeah.
As I don't even know what's going on with COVID anymore. To be honest.
Hey, man, New York opened up again. New York opened up into phase 1 today. So 400,000 people are going back to work. So once again, like I said, in about a week, in 2 weeks, if it's nothing, it's nothing. But
right.
that's going to be an interesting conversation to bring up.
Right. In 2 weeks, if we see nothing happening in New York, they'll be back. There'll be a lot of boosting and sex with strangers, I believe. I don't know.
Boofing. Most likely boofing.
You've been playing with mine on the months on the computer. Let's go. 7 stranger sex.
And you got to meet that person in real life that might not be that person in real life. You might meet somebody else. You might meet you might meet them, but you might not meet those pictures. You know what I mean? It's going to be.
Or those sat down, formulated, thought about thoughts that put into that. You know what I mean? It's like, if you sit down and think hard, like, what do I want to tell this thing? Not what I want to just, like, when you sit down face to face with somebody and you're having that conversation, your natural's going to come out. It's going to be less thinking process and more natural you. You know what I mean? When you get online, you know what I mean? When they hit you with that text and you don't respond for an hour, maybe they would think about something to say in an hour. But, yo, baby, what had happened was the love I have for you Why you got so many numbers in your baby? Listen.
So, at the West Haven Green, where we attended the peaceful protest, you got there earlier than me, but they had some speakers up there. How many speakers do you think they went through? People made speeches.
From what I heard from other people that had the footage and was checked out and stuff online, because it started a little ways before I got there too. Because there was a singer that was there. I heard that she sang really good, man. And I guess she got in what song she was singing. She kind of got choked up midway through and everything. So, I know that part. Oh, there was a guy, man. Oh, were you there for the? I don't know if you got there yet. The guy that he was working for the city, or I don't know, a councilman. I was walking to the picture now. I'm walking in, right? My mother's next to me, and two other people that we had with us. We're next to her, Maria, and her neighbor, Jackie. Shout out to them for that. Rolling out, you know what I'm saying? So we're walking. As we're walking, we're hearing them. He's out there, he's talking to the people, and everybody's like either cheering or whatever. And so he was like getting up there. He's like, yeah, guys, understand. He goes, and he leads off with, look, guys, all lives matter. And it was like, no, you know what I mean? It's like they, so my mother's yelling. She's holding up. I'm like, it's like, this is not the time to kind of, what they're saying is, I think people are misunderstanding. It's Black Lives Matter. It's in the literal sense, and it's also the stamp of the name of the movement. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you change that stamp, you're changing what the movement's for people. You know what I mean? I feel like people don't understand that. It's like, no, of course all lives matter. And what we're saying is it needs to be some humanity within this aspect of what's going on with this police brutality. Black lives need to matter within that, that realm. You know what I'm saying? It's not like saying, no, our lives are just more important than everybody's. No, motherfuckers.
The best way I heard it explained was with houses. Somebody said, picture that your house is on fire. That's black people right now. Their house is on fire. So when you pull up with a fucking fire truck, you don't come out from that other fucking house and just go, but spray my house too. What about my house? My house? That's not what you do. You know what I mean? Like, no, the house that's on fire needs the water. And right now, black people's houses are on fire. Let's give them the water. Like, nobody else would come out and be like, I pay my taxes, so you firefighters need to throw some water at my house too. Like, no, that's not how this shit works. So
this is what's needed right now, and that's what we're putting the water to. And I think that's the biggest complaint to a lot of people have is it's when it comes from that side, it's like, if a motherfucker's venting to you about something, if it ain't like, then just listen. You know what I mean? The last thing is just like how it is. The last thing, if you're bitching to somebody, the last thing you want to hear is them to start pulling in their struggle about, you know what I'm saying? I get it if somebody hits a relatable story, but you got to let them finish their thing. And then you try to I hear everything you're saying, and maybe you could try to relate. But the last thing you want to hear is like, yeah, but my grandfather fought in this country. Whoa. Because what you could do then, because now what that turns into, well, then my grandfather. So now what we're doing is going story for story. Where are we going? You know what I'm saying? It's like that goes down a rabbit hole of just fucking back and forth to the point where it just ends the conversation. Fuck you, then fuck you, and fuck you. And then everybody walks away. You know what I mean? Or it gets nasty.
Yeah, it's a weird thing too about like, with me, I have dismissed it in the past for certain people. Like, not everybody deserves all the time, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's like, don't waste your time trying to bring everybody in. Like, that doesn't necessarily have to, because you might waste all your time doing that. Like we've said before, you're never going to get every single last one of them.
Right.
And it's cool to try, but I think you also have to realize who's worth your time and who's not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and
I don't care to talk to the 70-year-old fucking guy in his pickup truck that has a fucking rebel flag in the back. We don't have to change him. Like, bro, he's on his way out. Don't worry about it. Like, don't put that much effort into that fucking guy, because he's not going to go home and listen to I Can by Nas. It's never going to happen. He's not going to go home, listen to Nas, and like, it just isn't going to happen.
Right. No, but the whole thing was, what people worry about too with that is just, who is he infecting? You know what I mean? And that's the whole problem. Is he, minimalized and keeps it, to himself and just festers, and maybe he'll do some crazy shit. Hopefully not. You know what I mean? Or is he just that asshole going to be a certain way? He's going to go down a way. He's going to die that way. You know what I mean? Or is he trying to continue to pollute the minds of? And I think that what's happening now more is, of the majority of giving his shits are kind of stepping out. You know what I mean? It's that of the youth, I'd say. Because I say when we are younger in the youth, it's like the activists kind of were in our generations too. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't on this kind of level. You know what I mean? It was a lot of fuck it mentality in the 90s. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? It was you know what I mean? It was like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that, People like, man, fuck all that righteous shit, Negative energy was around a lot too,
No, there were definitely some righteous people, but that was definitely the outlier, To where now it seems like it's gotten, for lack of a better term, it's gotten like cool to care about shit. You know what I mean? Like it's popular to do this. And
right.
Of course, there's people out there.
And that's the shit, man. Our era, it wasn't like that, man. God, You know what I mean? If you was like around the way or something, and you like owned a pet bunny, they might have called them. You might have been weird, motherfuckers. It's dogs or cats. We don't even like dogs, You know what I mean? It was certain ways of of a stereotype that people kind of held people accountable for at that time, man. Like, you know what I mean? If you hung with the white guys and you played hacky sack, then you was like, oh yeah, he the wigger or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the white black dude, he used to get a lot of shit too. You know what I mean? If he hung with that crowd, or if that was, all he don't like his own people, was like, maybe he clicked with him. You know what I'm saying?
The story of the black skateboarder. You know what I'm saying? The saga of the black skateboarder.
That black skateboarder from our generation is looking at it now like, oh, now you motherfuckers, like, when I was of the minority, it wasn't like the skaters didn't fuck with me. It was like my own people was like, man, fuck out of here with that shit. But now it's such a big worldwide, like, skateboarding is just, you know what I mean? It's like, I see more skateboarders in like the hood than I've ever seen when I was younger. Like growing up in Richmond.
When Lil Wayne started, it really, I mean, obviously it was huge before then. It's $1 billion business, Tony Hawk, all that. But I mean, for the hip hop environment,
the blend of
Yeah, Lupe had Kick Push, but he didn't fucking do anything. Like, Lupe made a song about skateboarding, but he didn't make people start skateboarding. Lil Wayne made people start skateboarding.
Right. Crazy. A little bit of him, a little bit of Lupe.
I don't think Lupe made people start skateboarding. I think he just made a song about skateboarding.
Right.
Like,
he was he's like, yo, Wayne says, remember Wayne told you it's cool to skate? Well, I skate and I like it. And I've always have. Let me get a song out there.
But yeah, there were
a different generation. Oh, that was a sign. I guess it was a young lady who had a sign up that said, you fuck with the wrong generation. You didn't get that one? I thought that was a pretty great.
I didn't see that one.
People were asking to take pictures with it or whatever. I thought that was pretty
Well, that's the thing. For the most part, I wasn't even filming anything specifically, but just holding it straight. You know what I mean? That was really my...
but if you look in it, you'll probably see it like within the signs of signs. Yeah.
And only like once we got up to the police station, I actually took a picture with my phone of like the dude with the sign that said, if they start shooting, stand behind us. But yeah, so we're at the Green. And there's some really good speakers. The one gentleman who I think he got the crowd going the most, besides the woman that ended up cursing. But the one dude, pretty much like with the braids, the first the first guy to really get the crowd going, and I appreciated his stuff. He didn't say his name. Nobody really said their name, but he was impassioned, man, and that was
he came from a place of where he was like, this, certain things, it's like, that shit is like, when you hear it, he might rub it off, or that shit to bother, you know what I mean? It's like, I encountered these because, I'm approachable, and man, I've heard shit like that. That's funny, man, because I related to him with a lot of that shit, man, because me, being more open to hanging around different crowds, you know what I'm saying, I was just that kind of person. I like my best friends growing up were, you know, Puerto Rican, Arabic, you know what I mean, black, you know, I had white friends, you know what I'm saying. I had a multifaceted people I hung out with and shit, you know what I mean. So I had opportunities to kind of see different lights of people, and then, you know what I mean, in a good and bad, you know what I mean, and then like some of that weird shit of that, where I had to say shit to somebody where they're just like, you know, but you know what I mean, you're different though. It's like, don't do that. You know, like when he said that, that struck, I ran into that. I run into that plenty of times. Like, yeah, but you know, like they want to like generalize black people. But like, nah, but you're different. Like, but no, you can't do that. You can't, you know what I mean? Don't just say all people, but like, no, you're not like those people.
Yeah, you're one of the good ones. Like, no,
right.
don't do.
Like, come on, man. So that's like me, because like, how would you feel? It's like, you know, most white motherfuckers bad, but you're all right, man. You know, exactly. But like that guy might be like, but it's different because he might be like, thanks, man.
Yeah. I'm sure Eminem got really happy when 50 Cent did that to him, you know?
Thanks, man. I just, oh, man.
Thanks.
No, you're supposed to be like, nah, man, don't do that to me. You're supposed to be offended a little bit. But it's a different line of it, though. You know what I mean? It's because when you say that to somebody, you already kind of, if you didn't get a chance to know me, you already have, that just says if you don't get a chance to know somebody, it almost paints that picture that you already have them conceived a certain way. You know what I mean? Perceived a certain way. It's like, you're that kind of way I would have already assumed until I met you and be like, hey, man, you're not like what I thought anyway. Hey, you're not like what I thought. You're not like those guys. Yep. That's the ones I perceive in my mind of what you would have been if I didn't meet you. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the shit that when he was saying stuff like that, I kind of related to, in a sense, because I ran into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it was his tough speech though. I like his. I didn't know his name, man. And the other guy, the guy who was a counsel, had the mask on, the light-skinned guy, the bald head. He was the one where they were yelling at him because he was just mumbling. Oh, that's when you just got there. Damn, that's right. Yeah. You just got there. And I told you I was trying to tell you what he did. That's right, damn. So what he was doing is he was up there talking, but he wasn't hitting any points. And I took an oath to do this in office, and then he was just kind of jumping. And then you can feel it, and it's like in your head what you're thinking, somebody screamed it. I was like, God, I was in my head, and she screamed it from afar. She was like, get to the point. You know what I mean? It was like,
yeah, hit us with the closer, dog.
Right, but he had no substance in what he was saying. Because I'm like, he didn't prepare well. If he did, he lost himself, or he just didn't present it in a way that was like, what are you talking about right now? You know, and then how he ended it, because it was like, I'm laughing now because I look at it and I'm sitting there like, because I felt he reached for the crowd because being on stage and understanding, you know, just from that aspect of how we did music and perform for crowds, and, you know, moments if you could lose them or whatever, you know, you've seen people when we do shows and shit or whatever. So he didn't have the crowd. He was rambling. He wasn't making sense. People were like, you know, saying, all right, get to the point, whatever. And then, so he saw he was losing them. So he just started screaming, Black Lives Matter. And then everybody, to get them chanting, and then everybody kind of chanted. They're like, okay, we'll chant it with you if you get off the stage. You know what I mean?
That's the cheap pop. That's the cheap pop. That's when you're a wrestler and you go to Hartford and you go, right here in Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah!
The cheap
That's
pop.
where we are.
Right. So that was just like, I am losing them. Throw up the cheap pop.
Take them home. Yeah.
Right. It was terrible. He was lucky he was a black dude, because if he was a white dude, man, they would have killed him. Like, man, you just came up there with nothing to say.
They would have gotten him with the hook.
If you're not going to be a black life up there talking about the movement, then you better have something good to say, motherfucker. If you ain't got nothing good to say, just get up there and you're just, because if the first guy who got up there was, I think it was the white guy or whoever in the mayor's office he was like, look, guys, all lives matter. And it's like, boo! Yo, the boo, that's when it came from deep. And then my mother started yelling through her mask, and I was like, we're not even over there yet, Ma. Hold on. You fucking hobbling. Hold on. Get there. But, man, let's talk about that heat, though.
Yo, it was like, the perfect storm of it just sucking. It was because it rained the night before. Oh, excuse me, it rained the day before, and then the night it was drizzling. And
it rained. It rained for like 3 fucking days straight. 2 to 3 days.
That's true.
Straight.
Yeah. It was moist in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm checking the night before, and it's like, and I think I even asked the computer, but I'm asking like, what's the weather going to be like? And it's all thunderstorms, and then to the day of, scattered thunderstorms, and then the day, and they're just like, whatever in the morning with it clearing, and that shit cleared up.
Out. It's like, and then it got humid as hell, towing hot, stifling. I had my black shirt on, my black mask, black shorts, burning.
Yeah, that shit was super fucking, just the worst weather that you could be outside in. Just fucking humidity off the track. And then we're walking on the asphalt. We're walking down, everybody's wearing dark colored clothing. We're walking on the asphalt in the middle of the fucking street, hot as shit. But I'll say that the people that put it together, they did an amazing job of, if you needed fucking 15 bottles of water when you were there, you could have had that easily and it would have been no problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
listen, they had more water.
Snacks.
They had more than enough. More than enough water and everything for everything. Yeah, they definitely did, man. I mean, there was, what you want, goldfish? We got goldfish.
Yeah.
You want me? We got peanuts. Like I didn't take any snacks, but I seen there was a lot of them though. Waters. I took one of those.
Yeah.
It still was empty. I still was on my Corona vibe a little bit. Tad bit, but to a point. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I said no on the sanitizer and I see you get some too, and I was like, you know what? That is a good idea. Been touching waters and shit. Like a little bit, because I didn't touch my face because the mask been up the whole time, really. You know what I mean?
And just being around people that whole time, it's.
I broke the DAP barrier too. You know what I mean? I think I bowled you. I think we bowled, but I think the dude Dion I haven't seen in years. I think when I was in front of the stage, yo, what up? It's all right. But he had gloves on, kind of. I was supposed to get on him anyways. Like, yo, what you doing with them? 1986. 10-speed bicycle gloves, man.
Yeah, the fingerless.
You know what I mean? With the quarter fingers hanging. You know what I mean? And the holes in the knuckles, like like you straight out of Hogan movie right now, bro. No holes bars on them.
Yeah, no, I came to the protest, but after this, I gotta go. Arm wrestling tournament. But I'm here for right now. I'm here.
I know that, bro. That's my man. He worked out before he got there in case he thought he had to get physical. That's
funny. Get the
blood.
Work
out a little bit before I got here, just in case shit got real. You know what I mean? In the flex. Throw the shoulders in game. You know what I mean?
How do you know? Because I know we both know that area, but how long was that walk?
I used to walk it all the time because it was
walk it like I talk it.
If we had to do minute wise, about 15-minute walk, maybe 20 minutes. If you walk, if you're pacing it out. I mean, if you're hustling, you can get there a little quicker than that from the green, because you go from the green down to the corner there, go up the hill. Yeah, if you put City Hall to the West Haven Police Department, that should give you the exact amount of mileage. If it's maybe a mile. But that, I tell you, on a day like that, man, it felt like you heard people was like their chance got lesser a little bit for some people. I know mine did a little bit. I started getting it. All right, hold on, I got it. Because it's like that point where I got my mask on, and it's like, okay, all this yelling, I got to kind of conserve what I got going on right on a hot ass day. I'm out here screaming and shit with a bottle of water. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get that right. Try to forget.
No, it was bad out there. Like I would do like every other cheer. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. You know what I mean? I'd come in every second when I'd be there.
Right. No, I hear you. I was like, wave it out. Okay, all right, sign down. Forget how tiring it is just to hold the damn sign up.
Yeah, that's been. I didn't bring a sign, but I wish I did. Yeah. Because I definitely it was one of those things too. Like I say,
that's why I said stuff like that is a part of the historic footage of archives, and you know, what I mean, this would happen in this town or West Haven, and that's some shit that you know you could put on the West Haven the way it is type of page, or you know, they'll archive that. West Haven, you put it on YouTube, you know, as we will for you peoples.
It was just under a mile. It was 0.9.
0.9. So put a solid mile in the heat.
18-minute walk. It looks like it was right around an 18-minute walk.
Yeah, that's what I said, about 15, 20. Yep, something like that. Depending on how you hustling. I used to take that way all the time, man, because I went by my old house over there. Shout out to 512 Main Street.
512.
Don't fuck with those people. I'm giving out addresses and shit. I might blurt that. Yeah, it was I used to go that way all the time because it was right up the street from the high school. My senior year in my high school, I'd walk to school. One time in my life that I felt like I did it when I was younger, me and my brother, but then we didn't do it again. You know what I mean? Because it was always too far. But I always wanted that more. You know what I mean? I just enjoyed sometimes more of that's just kind of where I was at as a kid type shit. I wasn't always in the, you know, sometimes I just like my own little headspace. I used to go on my own little shit. Just kind of like, all right, I'm cool with who I'm cool with. And then, you know, with the stupid shit on the bus sometimes I, you know, be there but not present type shit. I might have been cool with one of the dudes that was hanging with the knuckleheads, but I was there but not present. You know what I mean? I kind of was in the cut. I didn't really, y'all doing dumb shit. I'd rather kind of walk to school and be in my own headspace. You know what I mean? But I remember senior year, that was right there in Main Street.
I remember when I was growing up, all I wanted was to live somewhere that had sidewalks. That was it. Because you know where I grew up, and because there's no sidewalks, it's just a fast ass road. Like, all I wanted was to grow up somewhere.
Every was a risk, man. Like, you made it, brother. You made it. Like that was like, man, you had probably more of an odds of getting killed on your block than somebody else on their block that where they shooting at. True. You know what I mean? From the way they whip over there too. Woo! I might have been a whipper over there. I mean, I get nervous over there. No, I don't. I try because I feel like if you know that road over there, you know what I'm saying? On that block over there is, if you know it, I've seen you kind of manipulate through it. You probably could do it with your eyes closed, hitting it so many times that you know every curve. But man, it's some curves over there. Like, man, I don't know, because if you fuck up, you might end up in the damn water.
You're taking it too fast. So on our screen, this is where we went. We went down 7.
Hold on, let me get up.
Do you know? I'm gonna take us back to the green.
Yep, we went down 7 to Main Street.
So that's gotta. If by chance you're just listening, do yourself a favor and one time pop on, hit up our YouTube channel so you can see. We're gonna do a virtual walk of the same walk that we did.
VR.
And it was nice because walking along these streets, there were a lot of people that weren't necessarily in it, but they were standing on the side cheering and people honking horns and stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
Right. People came outside to their domiciles. Are we on? Where are we on right now? That's 7, right? You got to go 7 in the corner of the green. Are you going towards the beach? Where are you going? I usually know these houses.
I got to take a left up here to, no, not left on Chester. I got to keep going. Yeah, because we keep going straight past Stop and Shop. Right. Oh, but you know what it was? All right, so I think I missed a turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out where you at right now. Yeah. You got to go the other way. Go the other way. Go straight up. I see where you at now. That's my
doctor. This right? Over here? Take this.
Turn around the other way. That's going the wrong way. You got to go the other way. That way. Go straight up. Nope, not to the right. To the left. Not Brown. No, you on Brown. Go back up to 7. Take a right on 7.
Now, if you are listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. because this is a horrible fucking podcast.
It's like, what's so quiet? Yeah, they ain't never get dead like that. Because we're looking at the same time. If you ain't watching it with us, we're trying to get the VR.
That's what I'm saying. So
right there. That's where it started at, right there.
Because this
right
is where
we corner, and we go straight up. Oh,
straight here.
Nope, spinning around. Nope, spinning around. You got to face the green. The green's got to be on your right. Go straight. Yep, that's the way we went. We jumped in that street right there. And then we took a left on Main Street, that light up there.
All right.
Take that left right there. Banga.
Here we go. Okay, yeah. So walking along
my mom dropped out about right over here. But, you know, what it was she was sitting there baking in that sun we sat for a good hour, listening to, you know, speakers and talkers, and I think that's what put her down because she was too hot, and she was like, "Nah, I gotta walk. How far? Nah." Mom's older man, you know, it's got bad knee and shit. So she says, "All right, mama, go ahead, sit there without." So she died. She died out about right there.
It was understandable because it was hot as fuck.
It was a one, man. It was a one, and it was cool. I saw somebody there, man. He had a backpack on. And like a mountain climber helmet or bike helmet with a medic symbol on it, and he had a medic symbol on the backpack. You know what I mean? So I mean, these guys were like really on it. Like, we got medics out here for anybody getting hurt. We got hydration. We got, you know what I mean?
And that was the other thing down here too. There were also people on the side with more snacks because I grabbed an orange out of some girl's backpack around over here.
Oh, nice.
By the State Armory, yeah.
Oh, okay, yep, because that's where I used to live at. Over there, shout out to that place over there to the left. My old spot.
So yeah, there were all people over at, like, on the left side. They were fucking they were cheering, they were hanging out of their houses. It was cool.
Be an armory for real. They used to make fucking guns right there, man.
The Blickies.
Yeah, and they take that right up there, yep.
And so yeah, then we take the right up 162. Yep. And
shout out to West
everyone that was walking on this left side over here with the shade was in love because this hill, man, we all powered through the end of it because that hill sucked.
Yeah, that was the one. It was a slow climb.
Slow burn.
It was like you got that. That was the warm-up part right there. That was the warm-up, the little kind of warm-up hill you had going right there. And then when you got underneath the railroad tracks, and that was the little steeper one that people used. That's where people got real gassed on the.
Well, I'd like to see those pictures that people took from up here. Remember when people hopped up here?
Oh man! Did I tell you? That's when I first got a glimpse of how big the crowd was when we were coming right here, because right where you're like at right now, and then look. All up underneath there, how many fucking bodies there were, man? It was like insane. Yes. It was like, yeah, that was like, okay. I see the girth now.
Yo, I see the girth.
Yep. We're going all the way up Sawmill.
We just keep going up and keep going up, and it's just north.
Train station was to the left there. You keep going up, pop to the top, pop to the top.
And all this was blocked off.
Which right there, at the light, right at that light. Up there's the police station. Yep.
And then so everybody came up here, kind of gathered in here, and then just filled that in. And this is also interesting too because it's weird to see it without people, but there were people all through here. Everyone up here was full, all over here, and then all the way back out to the street. And we have a video, you know, that it'll be up relatively soon.
Yeah,
probably the same day that this video goes up.
Nice. Yeah, that was young people came out, man. It was cool. It's cool to see.
Soldiers.
Cool to see, man. Like you said, it's the cool thing to be to give a shit in this generation.
Yeah, like it's cool to care now, which is dope.
It's looking promising for my ass when I get old. I'm hoping.
Like, I don't know if they care about. I don't know if they care about the old yet because I mean what we just did with COVID. I don't think
old Black Lives gonna be another movement. You better fuck with me when I'm 80.
Because that's the other thing too is once you get to a certain age, all color goes away. Like once you just become an old motherfucker, that's what it is. You're just old.
It's like you've been around, you've done enough, whatever you've done on this earth, either was good or bad, you've done enough, you're probably about to punch a ticket soon. So just go over there with all the rest of those motherfuckers.
Now you're just old.
Go over there and do a
19
little
is just small.
Yeah, sit in the court over there. Y'all motherfuckers huddle up. Just huddle up, man. Twiddle your thumb.
Yeah. I don't want to go through that, man. I want to, by no means do I want to die young, but I also don't want to die fucking drooling, having somebody else wipe my ass either. Like,
yeah, and that's a terrible way to kind of feel like you're existing. You know what I mean? Because nobody's gonna be there to, like, hey, that's not what he wanted. You gotta make sure you gotta have a plug. Yo, you're my fucking plug.
Gotta have the plug to pull it if needed.
Right.
You know.
That's why I kind of feel good that like I got a daughter. It's not saying that men ain't as shit as much as women, but we ain't. So when it comes to certain parts of the care for, I feel like my daughter is gonna
empathy.
Want to care for daddy more, daddy's girl, so to say, more than it's like, hey Pop, man, you be all right. Remember you used to teach me? Buck up. Buck up, Pop, you got that? Or more, or you're gonna get more of the dad or man how we are, because we have too much fucking pride. I could do it. I got it. Get away from me. You know what I mean? It's like, but when your daughter does it for you, all right, okay, all right.
Yep. That tenderness.
I'm hoping that she doesn't grow up to be like, Dad, fuck you on your own. Because I might have to like beat her ass now for what she might do.
Because I can't later.
Yeah, that's the shit. I'm gonna beat your ass now because I know you're gonna do some shit.
Yo, I'm a pre-order.
Pre-order ass whooping. You know what I mean? It's after pay.
The ass beating on layaway.
Shout out to Afterpay, man. You get involved, people out there, to help get yourself some fresh feet and fresh clothing, places like that. If you pay a little bit at a time. It's a layaway for items of that nature.
Do they do anything with the? Do you pay more because you pay like that, or is it still even across the board?
Nope, you're just paying for the taxes and shipping and handling.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I got the same deal. Sneakers were $100. I paid the taxes, state taxes on them. You pay the shipping and handling fee, and there was no hidden fee like our service. They don't have like a service fee, you know.
Yeah.
What does though? StockX, who I've got sneakers for, they have a service fee. They like it because they're the stock market of the sneakers. Like people are bidding everything through them because those are the ones that you buy them. I've had those before when I bought those other ones, and the seller has to ship it to them.
Yeah, to make sure that it's real.
Make sure the shit's legit, it's real, boom, no bullshit. All right, we got it, we verified it, we're shipping it to you. So, you know what I mean? They're paying, you got to pay them for that service, you know what I mean? It's like they have to, they're like, listen, we're going an extra step to make sure you're getting the real shit. You ain't getting the real. eBay ain't going to give you that. No. They give you money back or go after somebody, I believe. I don't know. You ever heard anything about that? Like eBay fraud and shit? Do eBay kind of...
I haven't. I don't know. I've definitely seen people on the internet, and I don't know where they actually ordered from, but doing that whole just like, man, these motherfuckers got me. They sold me a brick instead of a whatever, but I don't know, where they bought it from.
That's why I'm leery, but what I'm gonna do probably is those items I've been seeing that like, I've been running these weird items. I'm like, yo, these are just cool things to get, and they don't look that expensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get I'm gonna order those on prepaids. You know what I'm saying? So if it's anything funny, they won't be, trying to keep going into my account. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? Anything that looks funny, get a prepaid card. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna get a prepaid card, put this number in there, I'm gonna pay for that product. You know what I mean? Like they had this like weird ass airplane thing I saw that the guy was like stomping on it and fucking submerging it in water, and it's fucking light featherweight, and then he puts it on the fucking on the top of the water, and he fucking hits the little remote he got, and the fucking thing starts going fast, and it like takes off the water, and it's like, I don't know, shit said it was only like $30. I'm like, for that? Get the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to, but I'm scared to because it don't seem right. You know what I mean? It's like, how do I do that? It's like, I take a $30 shot and leave my account open for these motherfuckers. Leave my account open for these motherfuckers that possibly hack into my shit or something. No, I go get a fucking prepaid card and just pay for shit like that so they can hack away or whatever the fuck that is. Or at the end of the day, they just beat me for $30 and you know what I mean? And I learned that. And then I'll do a
Always-
review on the niggas about that.
I was
Scam.
gonna say, just look for people that do reviews and look for people that actually bought the product, like using
Right.
it. You know what I mean? Because those are
You
always
know
good.
what? I don't did I go to YouTube? I feel like I tried to and I didn't see it. I feel like almost like if I did, it was only the same infomercial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna look into that.
If it's worth a shit, somebody bought it. You know what I mean? And we'll have
Right.
a video of them doing
Somebody,
something.
I know we're in that era now. Somebody definitely gave this shit a shot. Like,
And hey, we appreciate you giving us a shot here on the Watermelon versus Pumpkin podcast. And let me tell you, we'll join you next week, same time, same channel. And I'll have that gone before next week because
I don't know.
we got problems here.
I don't know about that. But y'all know about Don Cornelius said it best. Love, peace, and
And hopefully you know a little bit more about love between a man and a couple thousand people celebrating Black Lives on the West Haven Green, man. It was a beautiful experience.
Right.
And hey, man, if they're doing it next week, we might be down there next week again.
Yeah, listen. Around the world, y'all out there doing it, keep making noise, keep fighting for justice, people, the youth. You have stronger legs than me, literally. So keep hitting the pavement, man. I give y'all once in a while. I can get out there. But I can't do everything.
We'll be out there with 0.9 miles on them.
I appreciate the youth and I appreciate everybody in that movement. Keep fighting, y'all. Keep fighting.
Bar soup.
Soup.